So in last class we have discussed the digestive system. We have discussing the digestive system, that is digestive tract present in all those in these are animals. That means the digestive tract which is presenting will shows tissue level as well as a higher level of organization is are taken place. So we can call them as an enterozoans. Here we can call them, I will showing the showing of tissue level and also organ system level. So this process is called as this process is called as the enterozoan or enterozoa. That means here the tissue is showing the digestive tract. The digestive tract showing the digestive tract shows of tissue level as well as organ system level of organizations are taken place. So we can call them as enterozoans. Entero means intestine. Enteron means intestine. Zoan means animals. Zoa means animals or enterozoans. We can use the word as enterozoan. Zoan means an animals. So here we are having a digestive system tract. Example already have studied, that is a complete digestive system as well as an incomplete digestive system. Likewise, similarly we can see here, similarly we can see here, we can see circulatory system. So here similarly we can show the circulatory system based on the presence of the circulatory system. Here it is classified into two types. One is called as the open type of a circulatory system. Open type of a circulatory system. And the second one is a closed type of a circulatory system. Open type of, and the second one is a closed type of a circulatory system. Here the open type means here does not containing the blood vessels. So here directly the blood is passes to the blood sinuses, that is blood is passes directly to the body parts in the form of a hemocoel. Hem means blood, seal means cavity. Here it passes, the blood is directly passes to the body parts. So here the blood vessels are not be presenting. So such type of system, that means where the blood is not be presented in the form of blood vessels. The blood is not passes through the blood vessels, directly they passes to the body parts only. So such type of system we can call as the open type of a circulatory system. So here if you see in here, the blood vessels are not be presenting. The blood vessels are not present, but blood passes directly to the body parts in the form of hemocoel. Hemo means blood, seal means cavity. That means through the cavity, the blood is directly passes to the body parts. So here the blood vessels are not be presenting. Then such type of the circulatory system we can call as the open type of a circulatory system. So here an example, if you see an example, here example we can see as the arthropodons, the arthropods, mollusks except cephalopods, except cephalopods. Understand? So here arthropods, molluscans, and the except the arthropoda, molluscans except the cephalopods. Here this type of we can call them as the open type of a circulatory system. Here does not having the blood vessels directly, they flows to the body parts only. The blood will carries directly to the body parts only. So such type of system we can call as open type of a circulatory system. Next, second one is the closed type of circle. So here blood is passes, the blood is passes through the blood vessels such as the arteries, veins and capillaries, such as arteries, veins and capillaries. So here blood is passed through the blood vessels. So here blood vessels are arteries, veins and the capillaries. So through the blood, that means through the blood vessels, the blood is passing to different parts of the body. To different parts of the body. So such type of circulatory system we can call as the closed type of a circulatory system. That means the blood vessel is the blood is carried through the blood vessels. Through the blood vessels, the blood is passes to different parts of the body in the form of arteries, veins and capillaries. Then such type of circulatory system we can call as the closed type of a circulatory system. Example, if you see in here, example, the annelida and also cephalopods and the chordates. So here these are an example. Here we can take and place an example for a closed type of a circulatory system. That is here the blood is passes through the blood vessels to different parts of the body in the form of capillaries, arteries, veins and capillaries. If blood is transported to different parts of the body, then we can call as the closed type of a circulatory system. If it is directly will passes to the body parts, the blood is directly passed to the body parts, then we can call as the open type of a circulatory system. So this is where we can see, that is will shows both the tissue level as well as the organ system level of an organizations are taken place. This is where we can taken place as the levels of the first one, that is the organ, the levels of the organizations. So here there are 5 levels of organizations are there. One is the protoplasmic grade of organization, and second one is the cellular level of organization, and the third one is tissue level of organization, And fourth one is the organ level of organization, and the last one is the organ system level of an organizations. And next, coming to the based on the presence of the habitat, how these are taken place, now we will discuss. So now coming to the based on the presence of an habitat. So second one is the habitat. What is a habitat? Means the living place of an organism, the living place, the living place of an organism is known as the habitat. Is known as the habitat. So here habitat means the place where the living organisms are taken place. That means where they are living. So the living place where they are presenting, we can call them as the habitat. So here there are nature of the habitat. The nature of the habitat. Nature of habitat. Nature of habitat, the organisms, the animals are otherwise named based on habitat. The animals are classified into two types. So here based on the habitat, the animals are classified into two types. One is we can call them as the aquatic animals, and the second one is the terrestrial animals or terrestrial organisms. So here animals are classified into two types based on the presence of the nature of the habitat. These are classified into two types. One is called as the aquatic animals, and second one is the terrestrial animals. Aquatic animals means the animals which are present in water, animals or organisms, animals which are present in water. So such type of organisms are called as the aquatic organisms. Next, second one, the terrestrial, the animals which are present in a land, which are present in a land, which are present on the land. So they are called as the terrestrial animals. So here based on the habitat where they are presenting, here basically based on the nature of the habitat, the animals are classified into two types. One is aquatic and the terrestrial. Aquatic means the animals which are present in water are called as an aquatic organisms or animals, and the animals which are present in land, they are called as terrestrial animals. Now coming to the first one, the aquatic animals. So here the aquatic animals. So here based on the types of an aquatic animals, that means a type of aquatic animals. These are classified into three types. These are classified into three types. That means the type of aquatic animals. These are classified into three types. The first one we can call as zooplanktons. Second one is called as the nectons, and the third one is called as the benthons. So here the first one is zooplanktons, and the second one is nectons, and the third one is the benthons. So here these are based on the aquatic, the animals, types of aquatic animals. The animals are classified into three types. One is called as zooplanktons, and the second one is called as the nectons, and the third one is called as the benthons. So here what are the zooplanktons? Means these are the passive, that means these are the passive floating or drifting animals. These are the passive floating or drifting animals present on the these are the passive or floating or drifting animals present on water. So such type, that means we can call them as zooplanktons. So here the zooplanktons where they are presenting, the zooplanktons where they are presenting in the presence of water, these are passive floating organisms which are presenting or drifting animals. That means on the surface of the water where they are passively movement is taken place. Passive means without using energy. So here with using of energy, if the movement is organism is taken place, so we can call it as a passive movement. So here example we can take on place as many protozoans, protistans, and small crustaceans and invertebrates larvae. Example we can take on place protozoans and some crustaceans, and also some larval forms, larval forms. So these we can call them as the zooplanktons. That means protozoans, some crustaceans, protistans, and also protistans also will be presenting, and some will be shows some larval forms which are floating on the surface of the water. So such type of the organisms which are present on the passively floating on the surface of the water. So such type of organisms are called as the zooplanktons. Next, if you see the second one is nectons. So what are nectons? Means these are freely swimming on the surface of the water. They are the free active swimming and aquatic. These are actively swimming in the aquatic water. So such type of organisms, that means these are actively swimming on the aquatic water, that is on the surface of the water. If they are actively swimming, then such type of organisms are called as the nectons. Example here we can take on place the shark. Example we can take on place sharks and bony fishes. That means here they actively will swim on the aquatic water, that is on the presence of the surface of the water. We can call them as the nectons. And last one, the benthons. What are benthons means? These are the organisms living in the bottom of the water. These are these are present. These are living. These are living. These are living in the bottom of the water. Bottom of the water, if they are presenting, then such type of organisms are called as the benthons. Example, we can take place example here, the starfish, the sponges, and sea cucumbers, etc. Here, these are the organisms where they are present on the bottom of the water. That means bottom of the oceans are the fresh waters which they are present at the bottom of the water. Then such type of organisms which are present at the bottom of the water. So here bottom of the water means there is no light is not be available. Where the light is not available in these organisms where they are present at the bottom of the seashore or a sea or a rivers. So such type of organisms are called them as the benthons. Examples, the starfish, sea cucumber, and also the sponges. These are examples where we can take place in the benthons. So here, based on the presence of the type of aquatic animals, here these are classified into three types: for zooplanktons, nectons, and benthons. Zooplanktons means these are passively floating on the surface of the water, are called as zooplanktons. Freely swimming on the surface of the water are called as the nectons, and if they are present at the bottom of the water, then we can call them as the benthons. So these are the type of aquatic animals, and also these are in aquatic animals based on the presence of based on the nature of the water. The organisms are classified into two types. What are that? Now we will be discussed. Now coming to the nature of based on the nature of the water, nature of based on nature of water. The organisms are classified. Organisms are animals. Animals are classified. Animals are classified into two types. So here, what are these two types means? The first one we can call them as the sea, that is the marine water. The marine water, and the second one is the fresh water. The marine water as well as the fresh water. So in the organisms which are presenting the animals which are present in animals which are present in oceans are the sea water, which are present in oceans are the sea water, are we can use them in salty water also. The salty water, then such type of organisms or animals are called as the marine animals. Marine animals. Freshwater animals, marine water marine water animals. Marine, freshwater and the marine. The animals which are presenting in the animals which are present in the oceans or seas or in salty water. Here we'll call them as marine waters. Example we can take on place as the sponges, the coelentrates, and also we can see here the coelentrates. We can see cartilaginous fishes and all echinoderms. Here example, all echinoderms, the sponges, the cartilaginous fishes, and the coelentrates So these are the animals where they are present in the water, that is in a salty water. That means more amount of salts are contained where the water which is not helpful for drinking purposes. So such type of water we can call as the salty water or the sea water, or we can call them as the oceans, where they are if they are present in the oceans or seas or the salty water. So such type of organisms or animals are called as the marine water and animals. Example, all echinoderms, sponges, cartilaginous fishes and the coelentrates. Next, freshwater. The animals, the freshwater animals. The animals which are present in freshwater, such as rivers, lakes and ponds. So such type of organisms are called as the freshwater animals. That means they are present in freshwater. That freshwater means the water which is helpful for drinking, which is water which helpful for a drinking purpose. The water which is helpful for drinking purposes. So such type of water is called as fresh water. The water where they are presenting in this fresh water, such as rivers, lakes and ponds. And these ponds the animals are presenting, then such type of the animals are called them as the fresh water and animals. So here the example we can take on place as amoeba, paramecium, prawns, etc. So these are presenting. Example amoeba, paramecium, prawns and the bony fishes. So here these are the example where etc. we can see as that is the based on the presence of the nature of the water. Here nature of the water means one is marine form where the salt water and fresh water where the water is useful for drinking. So based on the nature of the animals, these are classified into two types. One is the marine water animals and second one is the fresh water and animals. Next, the second one already we have studied. The second one is the terrestrial animals. Here the terrestrial animals. Terrestrial animals means the animals which are present in land, or the animals which are lives in a land, they are called as the terrestrial and animals. So here the terrestrial animals are classified into 5 types. One is fossorial animals, the second one is the arboreal animals, the third one is scansorial animals, and the fourth one is aerial animals, and lastly that is cursorial animals. So here these are classified into different types. The first one is fossorial animals, and the second one is arboreal animals, and the third one is fossorial, arboreal, sensorial animals, and the fourth one is fossorial, arboreal, and the sensorial, and also here the fourth one is the aerial, aerial animals, and last one is cursorial animals. So here there are classified into 5 types. One is fossorial animals, arboreal animals, the scansorial animals, aerial animals, and also the last one is cursorial animals. So these are the 5 types of animals where they are present on the land conditions. That means on the land, if the organisms which are present in the land, they are called as the terrestrial animals. These are classified into 5 types: the fossorial, arboreal, scansorial, aerial, as well as the cursorial animals. Now we will discuss these animals, these are 5 types, we will discuss the one by one. So here the types of terrestrial animals. The types of terrestrial animals. Types of the terrestrial animals. So here there are 5 types are there. The first one is the fossorial animals, and the second one is the arboreal animals, and the third one is scansorial animals, and the fourth one is the aerial animals, and lastly the fifth one is the cursorial animals. So here these are the 5 types of the animals that are presenting. One is these are the 5 types which are presenting, and the first one, that is fossorial animals. These are lives inside the animals. That means these are present inside the burrows. These are present inside the burrows. If the animals which are present inside the burrows, then such type of animals are called as the fossorial animals. An example we can take in place as the earthworms, snakes, snakes, etc. So these animals we can call them as the fossorial, the animals. That is, here these are present on the inside the burrows are presenting. Then such type of animals are called as the fossorial, the animals. Next, coming to the arboreal, these are lives on the trees. These are present on the, these are present on trees. If the organisms which are animals which are present on trees, example we can take in place as the monkey, bat, and the birds. Monkeys, bats, and the birds, where we can take in place an example birds, example for the arboreal. That means where they are presenting on trees. Next, third one is the sensorial. These animals. These are on the presence of the. These are climbing on the trees, climb the walls, and these are presenting. These are present on the walls, and also the climbing on the walls and rocks. These are present on rocks and climbing on walls and the walls and rocks. These are present on the rocks. That is, the climbing on the walls and rocks. These are climbing on the walls and rocks. So such type are called as the sensorial. Example we can take in place as wall lizards. Example we can take in place the wall lizards and the flying squirrels. So these are the where they are presenting on the walls, climbing on the walls and rocks. These are called them as the sensorial. These are present on the climbing on the walls and rocks. So we can call them as the sensorial. Next, arboreal. These are present in the. These are present in air. The organisms which are present in air are called as the arboreal. Example, insects, the birds and the bat. So these are called as the aerial. Aerial means which are present in air. The organisms which are present in air, they are called as the aerial animals. Example, the insects, bats and birds. Example, crucial. Crucial means fast running. These are the animals are fast runners. These are fast runners. So such type of animals are called as crucial animals. They are the fast runners. Example, if you see in here the horse, lion, tiger, etc. So these we can call them as the crucial animals. So here, based on the presence of the land, that is their presence on the habitat on the land. So here the animals are classified into 5 types: the fossorial, arboreal, scansorial, aerial, as well as the crucial animals. If they are present on burrows, we can call as fossorial. Arboreal, if they are present on the trees, we can call them as arboreal. If they are present on the climbing on the walls and rocks, we can call as scansorial. If they are present on the air, we can call as arboreal. If they are the fast runners, then such type are called as the crucial the animals. So these are the 5 types of the terrestrial animals. Next, coming to the a body that is based on the next character. Now we will discuss the next characters. Next one is the body wall. The body wall. So here the body wall. What is the body wall means? During the embryonic development, some animals will show the embryonic tissue layers. That means in embryonic development, in embryonic development, that is we can use the word as gastrulation. In embryonic development, that is gastrulation. Gastrulation will show most of the animals produce. That means most of the animal in embryonic development, that is gastrulation, the animals produce embryonic tissue layers. That tissue layers is called as the germ layers. We can call them as the germ layers. So here, what are these germ layers means? In embryonic stages, that means when zygote formation is taken place, when a fusion of a male and female gamete is taken place, here it forms into diploid zygote. Already we have studied. So in a diploid zygote, when it undergoing a diploid zygote, here it undergoes several changes. So here the cleavage, repeated mitotic divisions are taken place. Here it takes place a cleavage. Cleavage means a repeated mitotic divisions. So when repeated mitotic divisions are taken place, here it undergoes into a morella stage, as well as the blastula stage, and lastly that is the gastrula stage, gastrula stage. So here this gastrula stage which is produced, here it is differentiated, that is the future embryo. Here the future embryo will be differentiated into, the future embryo is differentiated into 3 layers. Is differentiated into 3 layers. 3 layers, where 3 layers produce the organs and organ systems. Then these layers are called as the 3 germ layers. We can call them as, that means this gastrula stage, the future embryo differentiated into 3 layers that produce the organs as well as organ system formations are taken place. So they are called as the embryonic tissue layers. The tissue layers we can call them as the germ layers. So here there are 2 type of that is in animals there are 2 type of layers are presenting. The germ layers are presenting, or body walls are presenting. One we can call them as first one is a diploblastic organisms. First one is the diploblastic diploblastic organisms, and the second one is the triploblastic organisms. So here, based on the presence of these germ layers, the animals or organisms are classified into two types. One is a diploblastic organisms and a triploblastic organisms. So these gastric layers, three layers which are formed in these three germ layers, that is three layers are producing, which are produce the organs and organ systems, they are called as the germ layers in some animals, that is in a poriferans. Here in a poriferans, here it is the lacks of the three germ layers. That means in poriferans, the absence of the lack of germ layers. So that is where we can take on place. So here there are, based on the germ layers, these are classified into two types. One is a diploblastic and the second one is the triploblastic. Here diploblastic means diplo means two, blastic means germ layers. If the organism contains two germ layers, such as outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. So here there are if the organism containing only two germ layers are presenting, then we can call them as the diploblastic organisms. So here detailedly we will discuss one by one we will discuss now. So here there are three germ layers are presenting. The three germ layers are first one is ectoderm, and the second one is the mesoderm, and the third one is the endoderm. So these are the three germ layers where they are presenting. So based on germ layers, these are classified into two types. One is the diploblastic and second one is the triploblastic. Here diploblast means consisting of two germ layers, such as outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. So in between it consists of a gelatinous structure, a gelatinous substance is presenting. That gelatinous substance is called as mesogly. So here we are having the two germ layers are presenting, the outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. In between outer and inner we are having a gelatinous substance is presenting. The gelatinous substance we can call as a mesogly. Example here we can take in place an coelentrates. Here example we can take in place as coelentrates, and actinophores also we can take in place as the example for the that is triploblastic, that is coelentrates. Next, triploblastic. Here it consists of the 3 germ layers. 3 germ layers. The 3 germ layers are the one is outer ectoderm, 3 germ layers, outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, and inner endoderm. So if they having 3 germ layers are presenting, then such type of germ layers, such type of organisms are called as a triploblastic, having 3 germ layers, the outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, and inner and endoderm. Then such type of organisms are called as a triploblastic organisms. Here example, here triploblastic example we can take in place the platyhelminthes, 2 chordates, including humans. So humans also will contains humans will also having 3 germ layers. If they are having 3 germ layers, we can call it as a triploblastic. If they are having 2 germ layers, we can call them as a diploblastic organisms. So this is that is a body wall where embryonic development, they produce 3 embryonic tissue layers are presenting, we can call them as germ layers. Based on the germ layers, these animals are classified into 2 types. One is diploblastic and a triploblastic organisms. So later the remaining will discuss in the next class.